You are worthy and you are important. So practice self-care. And what does that look like? You may be like, I don't even have any time alone because I have my kids all the time. I get it, but guess what? The kids are not awake all the time. And if they are, then it's time for you to set a bedtime for them. But find some time during the day where you can take probably 15 to 30 minutes to just be by yourself and do something for yourself. But practice self-care, however that looks like for you. If that looks like you're going to go run a bubble bath and enjoy that for the evening with a nice glass of wine and some candles lit around the tub, do that. If your self-care looks like I'm gonna go take a walk by myself, put my music in and just zone out, do that. If you can get some time alone during the day and you have the opportunity to go and get like a mani-pedi, go get your hair done, get a massage, whatever it is that you need to do, but think of something that is going to make you feel good in the moment. It's going to remind you how worthy you are, how important you are, how valuable you are. So just go ahead and do that and enjoy it. But be sure to take some time to take care of yourself and not just be so consumed with work and school and kids and cleaning the house and making dinner. A lot of us get into that mode where we're just, that's our life. That's all we do. And we burn ourselves out. So definitely practice self-care. Right. So my next tip is to work on your time management. And like I said previously, where I'm like, if they don't have a bedtime, then girl, you need to form a bedtime, give them a bedtime schedule. This is all a part of it. Work on your time management. That way you do have time for yourself. You do have a point at the end of the day, especially if you have small children where they're in bed earlier than you. So you have that time to breathe or read a book or make a phone call or do whatever it is that you want to do. But the time management also helps with keeping everything organized and keeping you sane. Create to-do lists and incorporate the children into the to-do list. Give them age-appropriate task to complete. So if they're old enough to wash dishes, get like a whiteboard to put on your refrigerator if you want to. They have like the little magnetic ones, and create a list of chores that has to be done in the house, and you can actually make it fun. So what you can do is create a list of the different chores. So say someone needs to be able to vacuum or vacuum, someone needs to dust, we need dishes washed, or however, whatever it is, right? You're going to make a list of the task, and if you have multiple kids, they can pick and choose which ones they want to do. Like if one person wants to vacuum, okay, so these are the days, we're going to write it on the board. These are the days that you need to make sure you're pulling out the vacuum cleaner and you're doing your job. Or if someone's going to wash dishes, you have it written down the days that, or if they're going to rotate, the days they're going to rotate, or however you want to set it up. But make it fun and make them feel like they're included in this process. So again, these are the chores. This is what we need to do, and let them pick. That way they don't feel like oh, you're making me do something that I hate. It makes them feel like they have some sense of control. And when children feel like they have some sense of control, they tend to comply a little bit easier, right? So we just playing a little mind game with them, but there's nothing wrong with it, right? So make it fun, but definitely incorporate the kids into helping out with the task, age appropriate tasks. Now, outside of chores and so on, if you just have an issue with you just getting your own stuff completed throughout the day, I want to suggest certain things like time blocking. I like to do time blocking in like 3-hour increments. So say from like 9 to 12, I know that time is blocked off for me to do certain things. So if I'm going to record a YouTube video, if I have to study, or if I have to edit, I have certain things that are listed in that 3-hour time block that's all I'm focused on. I'm not picking up any phone calls. I'm not answering any text messages. I'm not on social media. 3 hours, I'm focused and I'm dialed in on getting this work done. Now, if 3-hour increments are like too much for you and it's like, girl, my mind starts to wander, do smaller time increments. Something else that I like to do is when it comes to like cleaning my kitchen, which I'm really not a fan of, like having to wipe down the stove and things like that, I will do something where I set a timer for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, all right, Nikki, for the next 15 minutes, this is all you're doing. You're going to focus on cleaning off these counters, putting the food away, so on and so forth. And when you get dialed into just completing the task, you start to realize like you're moving so much faster. And most of the time, I'm finished before the timer even goes off. So do certain things like that where it motivates you to just stay focused on completing whatever that particular task is. Now, I like to break down mine into like 15-minute increments, but you do what works for you. So if 25 minutes works for you, do that. If it's 30 minutes, do that. When I take my time to study, I like to try to get in like an hour and a half to 2 hours of studying a day. But I'm not going to lie to y'all, like my mind starts to wander sometimes. And so it'll be probably like 40 minutes in or I'll set the timer on my phone. So that way when my alarm goes off at 40 minutes, I know to get up, maybe go get some water or stretch for a little bit and then come back and start studying some more. But there's so many different techniques that you can use. There's so many apps that can help you with your time management. And so if you are having a problem with that, definitely look into these techniques or the apps and see what works best for you. Now for my last tip. Have something that you are working on to help you develop into a better mother or a better woman, a better whatever. But have a goal that you are working on. And it doesn't even have to be anything major, but I just believe that we should always be growing. We should always be in a position where we are learning more and we are getting better at something. So if that looks like you're taking a class and you're learning something new, go for it. If it looks like you're reading, self-development books, go for it. On whatever topic interests you, go for it. But always be working on something where you are developing yourself in whatever area you choose. And why do I say this? Not only is it for you, because again, I do believe we should always be growing and we should always be in a position of learning and getting better, but it's also for your children. I've said it since the beginning of the video. Our children pay attention to every single thing we do, and it does not matter what you are saying to them. They follow what you do. They watch your actions.